So I'll give you guys a little virtual tour of what I've done so far this year. This is my greenhouse, looking a little empty. Got some nasturtiums to put in with my tomatoes, got some more marigolds, got a bunch more milkweed, and some tomatoes to give away, which are going today. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to be using this summer. I might stick it in the corner of a yard, or I might start some more stuff. Probably need some more spinach. Probably need some more lettuce. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But so far this greenhouse has worked out way better than I thought it would. It's actually stayed in one piece through all the wind that we've had this spring. It's been a little hot. Probably put a window on the other side next time rather than just a little vent. But it's been really good. For a couple $100, I haven't had to buy any seedlings this year. And I'm going to show you what I've got in the ground. So over in one corner of the backyard, you can't really see it very well, but I got some peas sitting in there, and I've got some milkweed there, which isn't really coming up all that great, so I'm going to stick some more from the greenhouse in there and try to get a patch for the butterflies going. Got some wrens in the corner. They're pretty good. Got my Chinese pots. I got a couple of tomatoes with some nasturtiums in there. Might move those, might leave them, I don't know. All told, I've got 39 tomato plants in the ground right now, so I don't know who's going to eat them all. Back here on the sunny side of the garage, I got 10 tomatoes. This is always my best spot because it gets the most sun. It's hot as hell. Tomatoes love it. I just have to keep them wet. And that won't be a problem this year. I got lots of water in my tanks. Speaking of water tanks, there's my backyard one, which feeds off the garage. I don't know how many gallons, maybe 300 or 400 gallons. It's full right now. So I got lots of water there. Back of the house here, I've got 5 tomatoes, 4 here and 1 just around the corner. Watering pots for those. It's a pretty good spot too. Lots of heat off the brick. And these tomatoes are really taking off. They've only been in the ground for a couple of weeks, but they're doing really well. Now on the south side of the house, not quite as much sun, although with the sun up at the angle that it is, it's pretty good. So I got 3 here and 4 there. I built these cages today, staked them in. They got watering pots. They should do really well. Now out front here on my garden plot, I've probably got 100 onions or so coming up there along the sidewalk. And I've got in my raised bed some Swiss chard, lettuce, beets, carrots, radish, beans, peas, garlic, eggplant, spinach, broccoli, more lettuce, some flowers, some more Swiss chard, some more garlic, some more radish, some more beets. Marigolds around a lot of stuff. I'm going to put a lot of marigolds in the ground here. Got some sage over there. Got some basil. Got some oregano. Should be good. Now I've got 2 round tomato cages here. They have 4 tomatoes each with a water bucket in the middle. Along the edge here I've got 5 zucchinis. They're doing okay. Not great, but okay. And then I've got 9 cucumbers along the edge. I'll let them go over the rocks. We'll see how that works. More tomatoes here, staked up, caged. Second round cage there I put in this morning. And over here I've got 3 more zucchini. And then along the side there I've got a little experiment going. It's called the Three Sisters, which is an old American Indian trick. It's planting beans, corn, and squash together. The corn gives the beans something to climb on. The beans put nitrogen in the soil, and the squash cover the soil and keep the evaporation down. My only problem here is I started the beans too quick, so they're ahead. I don't know if there's enough sun here to grow corn in the first place, so we'll see how that works. I didn't know if that was going to work or not, so we'll see. Now over this whole front yard plot that I've got, last fall I put down 2 straw bales and all the leaves that I could find. And certainly we've had a lot of rain right now, so it's quite wet underneath. But in the spring, when it was dry, it was really nice and moist underneath. None of this has been tilled. I've just been pulling a hole in the mulch, putting plants in. The soil is really nice underneath. It's wet, it's loose, lots of worms in there. You should never have any black soil visible in your garden. It should be covered with something. When these leaves are gone, probably July, early August, I'm going to plant a cover crop of clover and hairy vetch in here, which is going to fix some nitrogen and keep it covered up too. And then I'm going to put a pile more leaves on this raised bed. I dug this out. It's 15 feet by 4 feet last fall. I dug the hole out and put a bunch of wood in there. Cut that hedge down, stuck it in there, leaves, grass clippings, compost, dirt, everything I could find. That wood in there is going to soak up the water. It's going to hold it. It's going to start breaking down. Hopefully that water will be there for the plants that are on top. I got to get some mulch on top once some of this stuff comes up, and then that will be a little bit better. But if that works out on these rocks here, I'll clear a bunch more of those out, put some wood chips down, and maybe put in another raised bed. Don't know. But for a little small plot in a front yard, I'm hoping to raise a lot of shit this year, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Might work, might not. Stay tuned.